MGB. We've currently got, okay, it's not set, but we do have MGB leading 1-0 in this best of 3 series. And let's get down to our draft.
Here we go. So it'll be interesting to see if OG do amend their drafts to something more tailored towards their MGB play style. So waiting to see what they're...
Okay, yeah, there you go. OG just not even going to think about it, ban the PA.
Straight up PA, so yeah. Looks like we've just got some rapid fire bans here. MGB knows exactly what they want to take out against OG. Okay. Banning the mag this time, PA's out, so they're like, okay, that's fine, we're not going to give you mag this time for PA in return.
So we've got the, Shadow Shaman's in, Centaur's in, Brewmaster's in.
Oracle is obviously in if OG wants that. It'd be interesting to see if they do take that Shadow Shaman. Basically, they go for the first pick Panda, which is probably a bit more standard rather than leaving it to the second phase, I guess.
It looked strong in the previous game, even as position 5.
It's
right?
extreme versatility.
He had boots and a wand, and he could still walk into the fight, and Primal Split was absolutely just fine. And MGB, they know what they want.
They're sticking to that recipe. Yeah. So they know exactly what they want. They've got that Shadow Shaman Centaur lane. More likely than not, they're going to be actually laning together as well in that off lane.
Okay, so OG now, again, the Brewmaster's flexible, could be seeing it played in multiple different roles here.
Grimstroke not banned here.
That's true, actually, yeah. Grimstroke makes it all the way through.
Grimstroke makes it through, which is quite rare, but also the Rubik is open too. So my bet would be OG taking one of those.
Do you think they're going to go away from their Oracle here? You were talking about the stats coming into this. The team without stand-ins, they've been focusing on the Oracle pick a lot. They've really been liking it, but I guess we'll have to see if they still believe in it. That's the other thing. If they're going to be swapping around the roles and players.
Yeah, absolutely. Jirax normally does play that Oracle. If they want, the Beastmaster has been quite popular as well. You rush that Vlad's very strong on the off lane, pair it up with the Brewmaster. There's even the Sand King as well. There's so many options out there right now.
Right. I don't know about techies, but I guess we'll have to see. OG, wait, do we have? I'm just wondering if anyone's disconnected. Honestly, they're really taking a lot of time to talk about this. And they just go for the Beastmaster. Okay.
Very strong with that Vlad's rush.
Yeah, we saw Mineski look fantastic with it earlier. So kind of taking a page out of their book a little bit.
So MGB probably looking to ban either a couple of carries or maybe a support. Maybe looking to take out, so OG take out that Drow, which we saw first phase ban last game. OG not really keen to play against that Drow Ranger.
Really not interested. Even though the MGB lineup, I wouldn't say is... That's the thing, right? Drow Ranger has changed now. It's not just about the aura. You're not just focusing on buffing up your teammates. You are kind of playing for yourself a little bit more. So I suppose that ban... So, we got OG with 2 melee heroes so far, so Slark a little bit less pressured in the lane. They've got the Shaman lockdown to help set him up a little bit. We didn't see the Slark do amazingly well in the previous game, but it has been very popular in pubs since some of the changes. I mean, even got some immediate nerfs in some of the sub patches. I don't even feel like it was that popular in the pro scene necessarily.
It's been here and there, I guess, a situational pick. So definitely not first phase material, but in this game, definitely you can justify the Slark pick here. You can see why they've taken it. And they've gone for the Void this time.
Okay.
So Void, very good against the Slark, locks that down. Oh, MGB, something we haven't seen from them, the Chen. This is them mixing things up.
Yeah. I haven't seen very much Chen in this patch at all. He got some very significant changes, right? You can't get a max level creep at level 1 anymore. He's got a completely different, Penitence is like completely different. It gives attack speed now to targets hitting it. And he's basically got Coddle's recall as well.
Could be good synergy with the Slark there on that attack speed.
Definitely, definitely. And just sort of more push, I suppose, is probably what MGB are kind of looking at here against OG, being able to kind of run them down. And I guess the Chen, what? Do you think he's playing in the safe lane with the Slark, or is he going to be playing in the off lane with the Centaur, do you think?
I think he'll be playing in the safe lane of the Slark.
8th pick Grimstroke made it all the way through.
Nah, isn't that rare?
Yeah, that is very unusual to see, and OG
So
just going to grab
Grimstroke
that.
with the Beastmaster here is a very good combo, obviously.
That's all they have, pretty much.
Right now, that's all they
Cinderbrew is
have.
not single target or really anything, so yeah, just the Roar synergy. But I mean, Grim's still a strong hero in his own right, of course.
There's some good AoE as well to shut down that Chen push.
Yeah. And what I imagine that the Phantom is going to be pretty useful against the Slark as well. He's got pretty high attack speed, so we can get rid of it quickly. But
Grimstroke
still
in
going to be a
general,
nuisance.
every single game he has his strengths. He's just a strong all-rounded hero. You can use him anytime, basically.
Yeah. His numbers seem to be getting nerfed a little bit now. They're finally kind of bringing down the damage on level 1 Inkswell and that kind of thing. But all right, OG final pick coming in as they go for Sniper. All right. Okay. Might be all right if they can they've got enough of a front line, right? If the Sniper gets jumped by the Slark or the Centaur, then he's probably done for. But so long as that doesn't happen.
They definitely have enough front line, and they also have the Assassinate with the Grimstroke ulti.
True.
That's quite a lot of damage output, so we're keen to see that. In terms of MGB's last pick, they really favoured that DK. I reckon DK or Pugna here is what they would traditionally pick, both of which would synergize well with the Chen. The only concern, I guess, for DK is you want to put him up against that Sniper.
Right.
I mean, I think he still does okay. Doesn't do too bad. He'll have the regen on the dragon, the third skill.
Dragon Blood?
The Dragon Blood, sorry, that's the one.
That's fine.
So he won't be doing too badly in that lane. The Sniper wouldn't mind that lane at all.
Yeah.
Pugner as well, he wouldn't mind that lane. But then again, in terms of the mid lane, there's not many heroes that Sniper doesn't mind versing. Just such a strong laner.
Yeah, it's just almost impossible to run at it, right? You can't really ever man up. He's always going to have the shrapnel down. The new take aim is a little bit weird, being able to activate it for double range for one hit. I don't know if that's really all that useful. I don't know if that's going to be a big impact in this game, but MGB really thinking about it. They've got a couple of options, right? They could try and go for more push, like you're saying.
DK
with the
and
DK,
Pugna would generally be what they'd go for.
There's some more jump maybe as well. You could look at something maybe like a Storm Spirit, but then it makes their lineup a little bit weird in terms of pushing buildings.
Oh,
Broodmother.
Something
All
completely left field.
Okay.
The Broodmother Chen Cheese.
Yeah.
That's nasty and very good against Sniper as well. So I guess the silver lining for OG is they do have that Beastmaster, which generally deals quite well with the Brood Leagues. And they have the Void, which is handy against those really hard to reach heroes like Broodmother and Slark.
Yeah.
So OG, they're not all that badly equipped to take on this lineup.
Yeah, and I haven't seen a whole lot of Brood on this new patch. Have you seen?
I have
much
not
of it?
seen much of it either.
Yeah.
I think it was relatively untouched.
Well, I think the biggest change is that the ancient camps are further away from mid lane, right?
Yeah.
To me, it felt like the Broodmother of last patch. The game plan was 100%. Doesn't really matter how the lane matchup goes. You're going to get your medallion, you're going to get your soul ring, and then you're going to go hit ancients for 10 minutes. And the ancient camps are a bit more spread out now. It's not going to be as easy to put all the webs there. But then there's also now medium camps closer to mid lane. So maybe we're just going to see the Brood farming medium camps earlier. I'm really interested to see what Gia does.
So it's interesting as well because they have a Chen that's going to be taking over some of those camps as well.
Yeah.
And it is Gia, the position 1 player on that Broodmother, so it might not be Brood against that Sniper in mid.
Maybe.
So it could be,
or he's just the Broodmother player.
Potentially, yeah. So MGB definitely changing things up this game. This is not a lineup that we've seen them play previously, although the Centaur Shadow Shaman component is consistent with their past games. The rest is definitely something a bit different.
Yeah, we're gonna have a quick pause. This could be a quick one, right? This could be a fast game if the lineup from MGB does what they're hoping it's gonna do.
Well, that'd definitely be the aim, to close things out by around the 20-25 minute mark. If their game goes for a bit longer than that, I mean, they have Sniper, they have Void, they have the...
They've got good late game. I mean, even their supports scale fantastically.
Yeah, it definitely does. The Beastmaster as well. Late game is a very strong hero to contend with. All those auras that synergize so well with the Sniper and the Void as well. So that's going to add a lot.
So, I think we did have some audio issues for MGB a little bit earlier, so maybe still some remnants of that here.
Really interested to see what they do with this Chen though.
Yeah.
So they do have, so it could be Brood safe lane with the Chen jungling the safe lane.
We'll still have to see. Broodmother, it kind of looks like mid lane items at the moment, or at least 430 has side lane items.
Yeah. So it would be the Chen babysitting that Slark at top. With the Brood mid now, looking at OG's movement so far, we can't tell too much. What does the Sniper have at the moment? So he doesn't have mid items.
No, they're dodging the Sniper away from... So actually, I think that the Beastmaster is actually a pretty good matchup against the Brood.
Definitely
Mother.
is, definitely
the
is.
axes clear the Spiderlings really easily. They don't actually have a whole lot of armor, so...
It's got that Quelling Blade as well, so they have no problem last hitting.
Oh. Big Daddy. Okay, it's going to scout this rotation in here as the... We saw just how strong this Centaur Shadow Shaman lane can be in the previous game. We might even see Big Daddy picking up an early point in the Phantom's Embrace. To get the Inkswell stun. Damage on the Centaur, he's going to be okay, just getting forced back.
That's a lot of harass though. OG will be very happy with that.
I did get a couple of Retaliate stacks for it, but still. Very nice damage. Chew through those tangos a little bit. And it does seem like MGB just kind of deciding how they're going to set the lanes now. So they've actually got the Slark rotating down towards bottom, and it seems like they actually want the Centaur to head over to top lane. So quick lane swap from them. Still going to end up grabbing 2 bounty runes apiece here, and we can get ourselves into the game.
Yeah, so there might be a bit of that at the early phase, the lane swapping that is. Both teams will be grappling for an advantage in the laning phase, which is always the case when you see a Broodmother in the game. So we could see a couple of lane swaps early on.
He's going to get the better block here. Broodmother hasn't skilled up the webs just yet. Now does it, just after the block. Okay, so we've got a Sniper Brewmaster side lane, a little bit unconventional here. We'll have to see how they do. Got to try and keep this Sniper nice and safe.
Yeah, so a bit of Brewmaster on that position 4 of this game. And it'll be Seb on that Beastmaster in mid.
Yeah.
So a bit of a slight role reshuffle there.
Yeah, I mean, we did kind of call out that hopefully wanted to see Seb on the core roll here. Got a jump at bottom, just putting some damage onto the Shadow Shaman. Very aggressive play there from Ana, but still pretty nice. Just taking full advantage of this lane early on, because it's going to get, I guess it is going to get a little bit more difficult later, though. They've still got the Slark down here with the Shaman, so we talked about that combo, the Centaur plus the Shadow Shaman, but they've chosen to break that up here and instead just have the Slark Shaman, which is not nearly as strong of a lane. Should make it much easier for the Void and the Grimstroke down here.
Yeah, I think OG will be happy about that, but in saying that, they probably didn't want to... So they probably didn't want the Slark at top against that Sniper Panda lane. They want to really make sure that the Slark gets a good start.
Oh
wow,
stomp
so
on the Sniper. That's going to be some damage. Boxhill trying for the slowdown. One more hit. The Retaliate is so much. He actually cancels his own salve on the Retaliate. That's going to be some trouble. They're still chasing forward. Chen, what can he actually find? He's got a Frost Ogre somewhere in the background here. It's not doing anything. The other salve getting canceled. They're still kiting, still juking. Another shrapnel sniper still on the run. What can they actually do here? Chen, what is he up to? Is somebody getting TP'd? We got the TP in for the Shadow Shaman. They have the Ether Shock, and it finishes the kill. Oh, man.
A massive play by the Chen there. That was
they didn't have the mana for another hoof stomp.
Phenomenal presence of mind in that situation to recall the Shadow Shaman.
I think he was hoping for an interrupt, but the Ether Shock was enough to finish the kill.
So, OG spitting out 2 pots there and getting that death too. So not a good
and
start
the TP
for them.
getting cancelled as well. So now Sniper has to walk back to the lane.
That's going to set the Sniper back a lot.
Not going to be fun. Mid lane going pretty well for the Beastmaster. Hard to say exactly because some of this is just Spiderling farm. So it's always going to be a little bit deceptive and doesn't have a ton of mana at the moment. So
he was always going to have a good time in our lane. It's a very good matchup for the Beastmaster. Yeah, you got to watch out for that Retaliate at top. It's so strong early on.
It's just so much damage. Did Centaur really need changes? Is the other thing. It feels like it's a little bit of a buff overall, at least to his laning stage.
Again, I think it's just a matter of adding another element to his gameplay, I guess, as opposed to that passive return skill.
Yeah, it feels like everybody, we just got rid of boring passive.
Yeah, correct.
Match, right? Though, I mean, I think this take aim is still a boring active. But maybe that'll get changed a little bit further down the line as well. They're coming around the corner. What can they find? Box Hill. Doing a good job. Just going to drive them back. Keeping Sniper nice and safe.
So the Chen has actually gone to bot here now. So they've changed things up. Shadow Shaman going to go back, link back up with that Centaur, which has worked so well for them in past games.
Aggressive jump forward from the Void. Just to get a few more hits onto 430. He's actually out of regen at this stage. Could TP back home and then get recalled out by the Chen. That's always an option. But we are starting to see the impact of the Chen. Chen's a very different hero now, right? Not being able to get those creeps at level 1. He can't immediately run around and just gank the lanes. He's found a couple of mud golems here and there, but that's about the extent of it. They are going up top. They're looking towards the Brewmaster. He does still have the Drunken Brawler. The chain lockdown is good. Can they finish him off? They will be able to. The retaliate hits are just way too much, and now they're chasing forward. Shackle again from the Shadow Shaman. Sniper was just sitting here the entire time, and that's a super easy double kill.
This combo is just doing so much for MGB.
They didn't even break a sweat. It was an extremely simple 2 kills.
Just so much power in those 2 heroes when combined together.
Mid lane almost got the level 6 on the Beastmaster, so we could see him try and make a rotation and
Shadow Shaman's
turn
right
these
behind
lanes
here.
Yeah, it's just a bouncy rune situation. Do they even see the Shaman?
Doesn't
He's
see
actually in fog. Doesn't actually know that he's waiting there.
Got the
Is he going to pop out and be able to get it? There you go. He gets it, Cat-U. I don't think he's going to get both. No, Box Hill. He's going to be okay. All right. Ends up still being 2 for 2 overall. Now they've got the Shackle again on the Sniper. Can they actually protect him? Not enough Retaliate stacks. It's not doing that much damage. Sniper getting around the corner. One more auto attack from the Shaman's going to do it. They just need the vision.
He's got no
Can they close down on him? Yes, they can. All in on a killing spree. They're going to ping the fact that there's a ward up here on the high ground, but still well worth it to get that kill. However, at bottom, the Slark does end up going down. So 430 taken out by Kyo there.
So Kyo
not Kyo. Well, Ana.
Kyo not having that boots at this point is a huge problem. Just gets easily run down by that Centaur Shadow Shaman combo.
It seemed like OG felt like they kind of had the gotcha with the Sniper. They're like, okay, what are you going to pick to lane mid against the Sniper? And then as soon as they saw the Broodmother, I was like, oh, wait, that hero is still in the game. What's the Broodmother even been up to? I guess he is just still kind of farming the medium camps up a little bit. Doesn't seem like the Broodmother, again, we've talked about it, this isn't a great matchup for him necessarily, but it does seem like the Broodmother farm speed, at least early on, reduced a little bit. Once he gets those items.
Around for the Sniper.
Yeah, they want him again. Duo still doesn't have boots. There's the Hex. Shackle follows it up. They've got the Retaliate stack. Stun. Ether Shock coming soon. Few more auto attacks should be all that they need. Very easily finding that kill. They did end up losing the Chen elsewhere. Finding another kill down bottom. The Grimstroke lane still going pretty nicely. But the Sniper just not finding a foothold at all in this game. He's only got 18 CS.
He's not getting a moment of respite. They're just chasing him all over the map.
They've even got phase boots on this Sensor.
Yeah, and they have Stampede now as well, which definitely won't help Kuro's case. But the Beastmaster is sitting on 83 CS, which is, some of it is Spiderlings of course, but still that's very impressive numbers for the 7-minute mark.
Seb actually rotating over here, just wants some more Spiderlings.
Oh, he almost stole that Ancient.
Nice try. He's just going for the Vlads first.
Yeah.
We've been seeing a decent amount of it recently, just this Vlad's first kind of a build-up. Bit of a dive at bottom. Looking for this Ink Swell. Slark still stunned for a little bit longer. One more auto attack. And Ana having a fantastic laning stage so far, and Big Daddy as well. They're even going to start looking toward the Chen. Now they've got the Chronosphere. Second easy kill for Ana as he picks up a double. He's even got the Salve. It looks like they're even going to put some more damage down onto this tier 1 tower. I don't know if the Chen pick is working the way that MGB kind of expected it to.
That's 2 kills for Ana.
They're just going again.
He's
going to
go
jump
in.
forward. He's got the Dark Pact. He's going to be okay. Centaur Shaman now threatening the TP. Chen a little bit ahead, but Ana just TP's out. He's fine. It's a pretty big commitment. Well, they canceled both of the TPs, but now they can go for something else without any counter initiation potential.
Yeah, that OG bot lane is definitely doing work. That was 2 kills and the big creep as well. And that second kill was as soon as he got Chrono. So really efficient use there by OG.
They really want this Beastmaster kill in mid. Shaman with the wraparound. They're looking for it. They're going to pop the Insatiable Hunger. Can they do it? They've also got the Chen wrapping. They need the Spiderlings up here. Beastmaster's tanky and the pushback is huge. Now they lock down the Chen. QO, can he finally get a kill? No, doesn't have anything. Just the 3 Wraith Bands to his name. So Sniper just going to keep waddling around the map and not really doing a whole lot.
Yeah, that Sniper's going to struggle. It's going to be such a tough game for QO. But that
it's even a lower level than Box Hill.
Yeah, but he's just soloing the top lane now. So hopefully Box Hill can make up for QO's struggles this game and then allow QO to catch up for that late game. But that Beastmaster, Seb, so tank on that mid lane. They didn't even come close to bringing him down. He still had 1/3 of his HP.
If you're the Sniper this game, are you thinking about like, oh, I've got a 25% cooldown reduction talent. Are you buying Midas to catch up?
And you rush the Necro book?
Yeah, that was a popular build not too
I mean,
not too long
it's
ago.
an option, I guess. I don't know if that's the way to go. They have the Void, which synergizes really well with the DPS style Sniper. So I'm not sure if that's the way to go.
He just seems like he's so far behind at the moment. Feels like he needs a catch-up item of some description. Maybe he'll just go for a Maelstrom.
Hey, put it this way, right? He's on top of the Slark in net worth.
That's true. The Slark is also having a horrifying game.
So
430 not having a good
he's
time.
not doing well, but the position 1 on MGB is doing equally as bad, if not
They
worse.
want this kill on Box Hill, but he does have the Primal Split that they have to be careful of. I don't know if they have enough for this. The Hex isn't
He
going
won't
to
have to use it. The Slark dishes out no DPS at this point.
Well, Stampede popped a mid. They're going for this Broodmother kill. They've got the Roar, and down goes the Brood. It was supposed to be the cheese pick here for MGB, but it's not working out.
As well. Ana going in.
Yeah. Oh, Ana just drops a Chrono on the Chen. Why not? Nice and easy. Going to take a little bit of damage in response, but he's going to be just fine. He's even fighting it out. He's just waiting for the time walk. All right, there you go. And with that, they take out the mid-tier 1 tower. They did give the last hit to the Sniper, so helping to catch him back up a little bit. QO just going back to hitting jungle creeps. What are they going to do down here? Big Daddy. All right, jump forward once again. Chen, he's hiding in the trees. He's going to be okay. And we had a Primal Split popped up top. Slark just fogging it for now. Box Hill just applying a little bit of pressure to this tower.
So now that mid tower is down for OG, Seb's going to have a lot of freedom available to him. Be interesting to see what rotations he opts for. Maybe worth picking up a smoke here. Once that roars back up, linking up with No Tail, taking down another hero on one of the side lanes and possibly taking another tower. But they do have to watch out for this Broodmother. They can't leave him not in check for an extended period of time.
Yeah, the Brood's doing okay, but he's not he's soaring out in front.
Yeah, he's farming all right. He's just doing Brood things, that's all.
Yeah. Just kind of hitting some Ancients. So he's got some webs all the way through here on the mid lane, kind of over to his tri-camp area as well. Again, not quite as easy to play the Broodmother on this patch with the new map layout, but still do have the Chrono coming back off cooldown in 40 seconds time. They're eager to just keep on holding on down here. So they have the Blink Dagger on the center.
He did
finish the Vanguard this time.
They have the Roar, and Seb's coming down here.
They're looking for this here. They do get the Grimstark ulti out. This is Void tanking pretty nicely. Might even be able to go in here with the Inkswell. Can't quite catch the stun.
Seb's coming in from the side.
Yeah, Seb's looking for something. What can they actually find? He's got the Boar slowdown onto the Centaur, and that's going to be about it. So. Beastmaster wanting to play actively, though. Even though they don't get the kills here, they could still look to threaten the tower a little bit.
Look, even if he just sits mid and doesn't play that actively, if he gets that level 3 Necro Book in the next, 8 to 10 minutes, or even before, then would be
It could actually be OG going for the all-in push, right?
Absolutely.
Instead of MGB. And even without the Void even down here, they're just going to easily start cleaning up the tower. Sniper's just gone for some treads so far. Nothing too interesting to talk about in terms of his build. But yeah, even with the Chen and the Broodmother, it's MGB who are losing all of these early tier 1 towers. MG looking strong. A little bit of a net worth lead in their favor. Brood almost has the defusal, so might see her start to make a few more plays once that comes out. Fairly relaxed early game.
There'll be some action here at bottom.
Yeah, they've got a Chrono ready. Do they even need to use it? They got the Inkswell forward.
He's out here.
Okay, a couple of quick auto attacks. Hero trying to secure that kill. A little bit further over. They're now going to drop the Roar onto the Centaur. They do have the Chrono.
Do they want to Chrono this?
Buyback from the Shadow Shaman. They want to try and turn this around, but can they actually do it? Assassinate coming in. They're going to look for the turnaround. Can they get the Chrono out? Ana not using it just yet. They do manage to interrupt. Can he finally use it? Now it comes out. It's on to 3. He's still on. Into the Chronosphere. They've got the Slark on the edge. 430 will be able to pop the Shadow Dance and run himself back
still
in.
has his ultimate as well, so they could.
Okay, they want to defend mid,
they
maybe?
Defend, yeah.
Okay, still pushing a little bit. TP coming in from the Centaur. OG looking that they probably won't get punished here. Ana just retreating off to the side. Okay, things still looking great. They even got the dieback on the Shadow Shaman, so he's not going to have any items anytime soon. No progress really towards the Aether Lens. Got a Primal Split popped.
He's using it to farm, is he?
I guess.
I think
farming
he might
ulti from the Brewmaster
as well. Before, I believe he did that at top as well, so it could be just a way to boost his farm.
Yeah, what is he even working towards? Just wants the Blink Dagger on box.
Yeah, it could be Blink, maybe be a drums later on. I mean, they've already got the Vlads. He doesn't need the Vlads.
And we do have Beastmaster just going for fast boot to travel.
I like that actually. So they're taking some early towers, and they are versing that Broodmother. So the Travels are going to be extremely helpful in keeping that Broodmother in check, while also contributing in those side lane fights.
He can always leave the creeps with his team and then be able to TP back with his TP scroll and rejoin with the Boots of Travel. So definitely something to look out for. And
how's Chuo looking now?
A little bit better. Looks like he's just going for the Maelstrom.
He's got an item coming out now, actually, I believe.
So does he have the Mithril Hammer? Yes.
Got the Mithril Hammer.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's catching back up a little bit.
So he will definitely be going that DPS style, which I agree with. Because you want to use that Chrono to its full advantage, and a Sniper hitting outside with some nice DPS is definitely the way to go.
He's got so many heroes that can frontline for him in this game, right? The Void's going to go in, the Beastmaster is going to go in and scout, the Brewmaster as well, scouting with the Pandas.
So he's at bottom of... He's got a TP though, but he's got no ultimate here, and it doesn't look like they're going to defend this. They'll probably be getting out soon.
Yeah, just soaking a tiny bit of experience.
They're going to keep going. They pinged it out. They want to keep
going. They do have the
Mass
Serpent Wards. And they've got the Stolen Catapult as well. OG trying to push. They're just going to go for this top tier one, but...
OG almost have Chrono. Do they want to fight this?
Yeah, they do actually have it up.
They've got it now, yeah. They want to fight.
Okay, they're coming over. Big Daddy going to try and get the slow onto the Brew. Doesn't find it. Void TPing in onto the other side. Scouts things out. What can he actually find? Just looks towards the Chen. Just going to auto-attack him down.
Yet, the Chen.
Can't do anything. Brewmother's gone. Void hunting for more, but the Centaur already pretty far away. Box Hill finds him. Looks like Centaur's going to be just fine.
So they save the tower, and they still manage to get that top tier one as well. So 1-for-1 tower with the Chen going down, and all of OG's ultimates are now up. So might see a smoke soon, or at least some more active play from them, utilizing those ultis.
So we're seeing Ana's looking towards
Centaur's in at bottom here.
He's in pretty deep. He does have the blink, wants to use it. What can they find? Big Daddy's here, sitting right on top of a ward. Looks like it should be a nice, quick, easy kill. Do they have any more help? Shadow Shaman Finishes that kill off. They now pop the Stampede, looking to retreat. Can he get out of here? He's going to try for the TP out. Assassinate. Is it going to be there in time? They need the roar to cancel it. Looks like they will get the Centaur kill.
That's a big kill.
Yeah, who's this going to end up going to? He's just trying to waste a little bit more time, but it will end up being
Mega kill for QO.
That is some really nice catch up
QO's back.
him.
He's back basically. He's back in the game now. He's caught up. Well, gold-wise, I guess.
And that was kind of the Blink Dagger reveal as well for the Centaur, only finding the kind of the position 5 of OG. So
mega kill down for him as well. Second highest in the net worth, so definitely not a trade that's worth it.
Okay. So when is the Broodmother timing just the BKB this game?
I mean, that's what we saw from the PA last game. It looks like they're pretty much doing something similar. Although the Brood was part of that push at bottom just earlier, so
has been trying to make some plays. I think that's mostly because Ferrari is just kind of.
I think OG are in a really good position here, though. I think the Beastmaster has played really well. He's going to get his Necro 3 soon. Sniper's back in the game, and the Ana Void is doing extremely well. So I think OG are in a very good position.
And Dota Plus would agree with you. Seems to like OG's chances right now. They got lots of map pressure from the Beastmaster, and I think do they just have the far and away better late game here? Like I feel like the Void is kind of countering the Slark as we go into the later stages. The Broodmother is going to fall off, and like we said, they've got a lot of scaling across all of their heroes. So I don't even know if they're in that much of a rush. No, they can just keep playing this pace of game and be just fine.
Yeah, well, the Slark is not doing that well at all. So I don't know if he's going to be able to catch up. He's got so much threats he has to take into account. He's got the Chrono, he's got the Roar, the Beastmaster, the Brewmaster he won't be able to kill. There's just so much there which is threatening for the Slark.
A little bit of a wraparound. OG do have
the high
ground.
Big fight, yeah, very in good position.
Box Hill, all right, they're going to see him first. Can't really go for that kill too easily. Smoke hasn't been broken.
If that Brewmaster's at the front, then OG going to win the fight.
Yeah, I don't think they can afford to go on the... They have to find the softer targets. They have to try and find the Void.
The Void or the Beastmaster need to go down.
Yeah, they can't afford to let the Void get a good crash.
They're gonna back off completely. They're gonna let OG take the tower.
Centaur's inside the Roshan pit. I think they're just frustrated that they can't get an objective, right? They're losing a tier 2, and it's completely for free. They're going to try and rush down the mid lane.
OG will be able to defend. If they want to defend this, they're going to be ready. They've got plenty of time to react.
They've got their TPs ready to go. Oh, that damage on the Shadow Shaman. Assassinate coming in. The Stroke of Fate, way too much damage. I haven't actually seen that, but there you go. The bonus damage and all the spiderlings. They're trying to just stampede away.
OG want more, though. They're not done.
They're chasing. Box Hill has already used his blink. Looking for it. Beastmaster coming forward. Void can jump up onto the high ground. He spots the Chen. Just going to pop the one-man Chronosphere for this.
They'll be happy with that. They don't mind. They can just go back to farming.
Yeah. Even with the ultimates down, it feels like they're still just charging forward, doing whatever they want.
I mean, regardless, the Beastmaster and the Brewmaster ultis are still up. So if one of them is down, doesn't mean they can't fight. They're still really strong.
It really feels like this Chen pick has just kind of done nothing for MGB this game. Oh, they do manage to find the Grimstroke, bring him down. Good little rotation, but again, it's just kind of the position 5. It feels like the only kills that we've seen MGB getting in the last few minutes is just the Centaur catching out the Grimstroke.
And look how many heroes they commit as well, while the Void just farms bottom. Are they going to get something else out of this, though?
They got the Stomp. They found the Brewmaster. They need more lockdown. They've got the Hex. Should be able to follow it up. No, he's got the final split.
He's good. Gets it all.
Broodmother in a little bit of trouble getting locked down. Doesn't have the ult either. They're locking down onto Ana. Can they finish him off? They do manage to do so. Hand of God also coming through. Slow down onto the Beastmaster. Can he get to the Shrine? Seb, he's still pretty tanky, but the lockdown is there from the Shadow Shaman. He can't quite reach. Box Hill trying to interrupt, but he doesn't have the boulder toss available. Sniper just going to go for the TP out. And now Box Hill also getting chased down. They don't manage to land the pounce, but the auto attacks from the Broodmother are enough. And it will be MGB taking that fight overall.
So Ana switching on that Mask of Madness and having no Chronosphere up. Out of position.
That was a big win.
Yeah, and they're going to get Roshan as well. So, or are they? Hero's coming up.
Hero's coming over, but he needs to be careful. They do get some D wards.
Oh,
Ferrari
no.
430 wants this. They spot him now. Are going to throw out that ultimate. They got the silence as well. What can they actually do? Is it enough damage? Assassinate? Can it finish off the Slark? Yes, it can! QO with the mega kill streak. All right. Very nice defense. They get that kill, and they've pushed them outside of the Roshan.
No buyouts required. That's perfect
That's
for OG.
so good for OG. And the sniper's actually getting quite a lot of farm now.
Yeah, he's
Duo
definitely
went
back.
from what, like bottom 4 net worth to now being top 2.
He did such a good job of linking up with Seb to get that mid and bottom tower.
Yeah.
Really good movement by QO. So yeah, he's right back into this.
Okay,
and they're going to get the
with
rush
the Spiderlings.
Cronus is
trying
up.
to make some kind of a play, but what can they actually do? They really want to try, but
yeah,
just
MGB
stay on the high
has to be
ground.
careful.
And I don't think there was anything that they could do there, right?
No, they can't. They should just retreat.
And even an aggressive smoke forward from OG. The Broodmother's
They get the
going to
Brood
be caught
and then
here
the Chrono.
farming. They're going to get the Chrono down. Do they have enough damage? Assassinate also coming in. There's no save potential. Broodmother dead, and they're just going to keep on pushing. They've still got the Necro poke.
Yeah.
All right, where's the creep wave? Okay, creep wave arriving now. Backdoor protection going to get disabled. The Slark's still just not in a position to do anything this game.
It's going to take a while for him to be able to combat those ultimates, especially the Chrono. It's a massive worry for MGB.
MGB, I think they were trying to run at this Beastmaster, but they're actually about to get pincered. Slark doesn't want anything to do with this anymore, and now it's trouble for Shadow Shaman.
They're getting out.
Yeah, looks like they're just going to leave the Shaman for dead. They pop the roar. Why not? Finish him off. There you go. Seb picking up that kill, getting very close to his Necro 3.
He's got it. He's got it. It's coming. That's 23 minutes. Necro 3, Boots of Travels, and Vlad. So he is massive.
It really seems like MGB just didn't think about the potential of the Beastmaster going mid this game, right? I think they saw the
sniper.
They thought it was going to be a free Broodmother game, and it just hasn't been the case at all.
I mean, he's still top of the net worth. He's not doing badly. It's just that, the Roar and the Chrono, just such massive threats. So maybe Seb could be in trouble here. Do they have the damage output?
Time for a smoke game.
Shen Centaur.
They need to bring somebody else in here. They do get the stomp. Who's coming on the way in? Does they actually have enough? Looks like the Shaman's here now. Do they have the damage? I don't know about this. Seb's still pretty tanky. They're looking for the turnaround. Grimstroke in here with the damage. They finally bring in the Broodmother. They will be able to bring down Seb. Q is also dead. They don't have the Chronosphere for a little bit, but there is an Aegis on this Faceless Void, so Ana able to keep on fighting. Box Hill
BKB's down on the Brood now.
What can they actually do? They get a stomp onto Ana, but I think he's just going to keep on chasing. They can look for more kills here. Centaur's tanky, but they've got the lockdown. Couple more bashes. They also have the Inkswell in the back lines. They do manage to find Big Daddy. 430 finally arriving at this fight. They're looking at Box Hill as Mana's getting burned out. Ana's thinking about it. 8 seconds to go on the Chronosphere. He recommits now. Just getting his mana burn. Needs to be careful here.
He's got the Aegis,
but they're just auto-attacking everybody. The Broodmother.
Okay, he has Chrono up and Mask of Madness. Is he going to do it?
Can he get either of these kills?
Is he going to turn around?
Jump sword.
He wants to.
He wants to, but he's still just getting slowed down. Now the Chrono finally comes in, but they actually have the damage. No, they bring in the Shadow Shaman. Ana trying to escape. Silence for a little bit longer. QO helping out. They've also got the Shrapnel. Broodmother really wants this, but he gets it. Now he's healing. Too many heals from the Insatiable Hunger.
Wow.
Okay, but still a very bad fight for OG. They lost the sniper in the backlines.
Yeah, 430.
Right at the start.
Picked him off. We didn't actually catch that, but he solid him.
And without the damage from the sniper, we saw them struggle, right? It was a decent enough Chrono, but...
The Chrono was on CD at the initial phase.
Oh, they're chasing after Slark.
Very aggressive pay.
430. All right, going to take a couple of quick stacks and take a little bit of free Phantom Gold as well. He's got the Shadow Blade the entire time, so he's going to be fine. MGB still feeling like they can fight their way back into this. Seb, once again, still pushing out some side lanes. Stomp attempted, but not going to end up doing too much. There is a Roar, but I don't think he solo kills this Centaur. So. We do have the rest of OG running over in this direction.
Seb has to be careful here. That Chen can recall the Shadow Shaman.
Roared. Centaur, losing some health, losing some mana, but he's still okay. They do bring in the Slark now. Chasing forward, can he land this pounce? He's got the slow, they're looking for the follow-up. Seb in so much trouble, few more auto attacks, they bring him down. And the main body of the fight is over here. The Primal Split's already been popped. Ana, what's he got? Chrono still on cooldown, he chases down the Chen. A little bit further up, they are gonna end up losing the Shadow Shaman. Big Daddy getting chased by the Broodmother. Can they keep him alive? They won't be able to. And with no damage from QO, this fight's looking dangerous. Couple of support buybacks. In the back lines, who are they hunting for? It's Ana on the run. They are looking for him. There's a Blink Stomp available, but jump away from Ana. He's still okay. Finds the regen. Is he going to try and pick it up? Has another jump away. They're still chasing. Centaur blink off cooldown if he can just find the opportunities up on the high ground, but they stomp him, and they will bring him down. Another fight where they lose the sniper right away, and another fight that OG end up losing.
So again, Seb being isolated, and once his team gets in just in time. But there's no Chronosphere. 2 fights in a row.
And the fight just doesn't have any structure to it, right? The sniper's getting jumped in the back lines because he doesn't have anybody in front of him. People are getting dragged all over the place. And that's the kind of fight that MGB excel at, right? They've got the Slark running around everywhere, the Broodmother running around everywhere.
We're going to talk about his Chen as well.
He's doing such a good job. Now it's actually doing work.
Yeah, he's doing massive work. Those 2 recalls in those 2 fights, the first one recalling the Shadow Shaman, and then in this fight recalling 430 on that Slark. That's had a massive impact.
Do you think that's the other thing for OG here is that this is kind of a new thing, the Chen having recall, and they're maybe just getting caught out by it a little bit, not thinking about the fact that like, oh hey, we see Slark top, maybe we're safe, and then he can still just get recalled into the fight anyway.
I predict Seb now to play a lot more closer to his team. They're still in a good position here, even though the Slark has definitely caught up in terms of net worth. If they take a 5v5 fight, they should probably still come out on top.
They just need a core chrono, right? They need to chrono a core and then
chrono
kill him with the sniper.
3 with the sniper not being attacked by that Slark, and then it should be all good. What does that Slark have now?
So he's got his BKB completed, and he's working on IS Sky. Pretty high level, also has the level 20 now, so picking up the Pounce Leash.
Could be a fight here.
They're looking for something. A couple of wards pop down. They're going to send the Slark in first to scout things out.
Mertal on the side.
They've got good positioning. Seb is just threatening top lane. So they are going to try and drag them back that way, but...
All right, so this could be the fight they're looking for. They have all their ultimates.
They still don't have this BKB on the Void. He did end up going back for a Yasha, but Ana finally deciding that he needs this BKB to be able to get the Chronosphere off properly. A somewhat greedy Void build, right? Doesn't have the Shadow Blade, no BKB. A little bit harder to land the Chrono as a result.
It's a very, very greedy build. But if he does get that BKB relatively soon, it could be fine.
They're looking towards Ana. Can they keep him alive? He's being hexed up. He's chasing forward. They're looking towards the Shadow Shaman as well. Master Rewards drop down. Centaur in some trouble, getting auto attack down. Can they finish him? One more jump forward. But again, 430 finds Q in the back. Can they use the Chrono? Ana hasn't dropped it yet. They've got the BKB on the Slark. He's still pretty tanky. Do they have enough damage? They're trying to focus him down. But the Broodmother is outside. The bashes are enough. Ana finishes the kill, and now they turn towards the Brood. With the roar, with the damage, the auto attacks should be able to finish it. It's a 4-2. Even without the sniper, they managed to win the fight. Great saves, keeping the Faceless Void alive. Good patience from Ana.
And that roar as well, perfect at the end. Yeah. We talked about it. If it's 5v5, and they get a relatively good engagement, it's going to be so hard for MGB to win the fight.
I feel like we also saw that having the Beastmaster there matters a lot for the Void. Having the Necrobook aura, having the Beastmaster aura, all of that extra attack speed, Ana is actually doing so much damage.
So he's TP'd back, but he's got the boosted travel, so that mechanic where it's independent cooldowns.
Yeah, he can come right back with some more mana. And they're just going for it.
They got the racks here.
Straight onto the racks. Nice and easy. There is a buyback available for the Slark. This is simple. It feels like the last game where OG just, it's their turn, they win one fight, and they're just going for 2 lanes of racks. They're coming in, damage onto the Void. What can they actually do here? He just turns around with the auto attacks, starts slapping the Centaur. He's still pretty tanky though. Pops that Crimson Guard, gonna help keep the buildings alive, and OG, they know when to call it a day. They are just gonna back up. Ana's even gone back for a S&Y here.
Oh, he's feeling really confident after that fight. He's like, yeah, we don't need the BKB.
Even further delaying it. Okay, they've got a lot of map control now. They've taken the mid lane, they're going to take these shrines, should be able to play for the next Roshan, potentially.
Yeah, they're firmly in the driver's seat for this game. Yeah. They're just going to wait for their ultimates, probably grab that Rosh, and then look to close out this game.
But MGB, they got something to say about that.
Well,
they're smoked up.
The Chrono is down for now, and the Panda split, so this could be their window.
They were hoping for maybe a super fast Roshan respawn.
Or they were hoping to catch OG in the pit, potentially.
OG just backing up, playing as a team. They do have Seb pushing out bottom somewhat defensively. They're looking for something. They find Big Daddy, but he manages to get the Force Staff away. Commits a few more abilities just to get that kill, but All right, that's about it. A little bit of assassinate harassment gets reflected back onto the sniper. They jump in with the void, but he's being hexed up. Can he actually get the chronosphere off? He won't be able to use the time walk. He's being leashed. Ana, not the best fight for him. He does buy back immediately. The Broodmother healing so much. Dropped extremely low. The chrono getting dropped on the high ground now. 430 getting bashed up. Also QO moving into position to finish that kill. And Box Hill finishes off the Shadow Shaman.
Does Slark have buyout?
He does. He does have buyback available. But still, cost them a couple of buybacks to win that fight for OG.
So OG have to be really careful here. They will be desperately hoping that Roshan is up, because if they push in, the Slark buys out and takes out Ana, that could be their whole base.
That's going to be really bad.
Yeah. So they have to be really wary.
Yeah. They do still have a tier 1 at top, so can't be everything, but same story for MGB. There's still a tier 2 standing on that.
So they're going to take Shrines here. They're going to play it safe.
But yeah, both teams are desperate for this Roshan.
Yeah, this Roshan is huge.
Yeah. Especially if the Slark has to buy back, like you were saying.
Like if OG gets this Aegis on the Void, then it's pretty much GG, I'd say. If MGB gets the Aegis on like Slark, it's not quite GG, but they have a really good chance. Because that means he'll survive the chrono.
Yeah, and Slark's at least, Sniper at least has his BKB now as well. So
yes.
More of a chance of surviving against the Slark. It feels like these fights have just been decided by whether or not Ferrari finds the Sniper in the back.
So Roshan's up and Slark is almost back, and MGB, they don't want to give it.
Yeah, 10 seconds to go. They got to try and buy some time. They could just chuck the Mass Circle Wards in there.
I don't know. It's so risky for OG to go into this. They don't have Chrono. They don't have Panda Split. I think maybe just sit outside with the Shrapnel, just wait for those ultimates, and just make sure that MGB doesn't get it.
Yeah, 20 seconds to go on the chrono. So both teams just going to hold their high ground.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit of a standoff here.
The one advantage that OG do have is that mid lane has already been raxed, so there's that constant pressure flowing towards the base.
Also, Seb can maybe send his Necro books to top, along with his... Oh, he's going to go to bottom and do that.
True. If he picks up a TP scroll as well, he can always...
do that double TP.
Yeah, he can always TP to a lane, push out, maybe TP to the shrine if he needs to come back.
He's picked up that gem as well. He wants that tower.
Centaur TPs. As soon as they see this, they might be able to go for something here. Yeah, he blinks away. They should just be able to head straight into the rush. They see that the Centaur isn't there, and now he's just going to TP over to his team.
The Chen recall though is big here.
Okay.
So OG needs to recognize
Centaur's
that.
running back. They're going to recall in OG. They're still committing for the Roshan, though. What can they actually find? They've got a little bit of lockdown off to the side, losing some life onto Big Daddy. Force Staff's a little bit further away. Who's got the Aegis? It is QO. And now the Centaur trapped in the middle of everything. They drop the Chrono. I don't know if it's all that useful. They're trying to finish off the Centaur, but it's not quite enough damage. And now Ana's being hexed up. He's going to lose his life. Slark still has everything. Pops the ultimate. They're going to lose Ana, and that's a death after the buyback. Respawn on the QO sniper, but can he actually escape? He's already used his BKB. He's just getting right-clicked down, and now he's dead. MGB looks like they found their opportunity. They find 2 big core kills. Box Hill also trying to escape here. Shadow Shaman's chasing after him. They're looking for a little bit more, but all right, in the end, it's just going to be those 3 deaths for OG. They needed that Aegis on the Void so
did
badly.
QO panic and pick it up, or was that the plan all along?
I think everyone was just clicking for it once the Centaur was in there.
I think Ana really needed that Aegis badly.
Oh, and Seb. Okay, he's got the gem, so he spots the Slark, and he'll just be able to blink himself away.
So it looks like they won't be punished. Now, Ana still doesn't have that BKB.
He needs this so bad.
That's a big problem. I think they need to just chill, just sit back and protect him, and get that BKB on the Void, because at the moment, one disable, he's out. He's dead.
Yeah. And this Broodmother is getting huge now. He's got his Butterfly picked up. He's almost got a Lincoln Sphere. So I feel like we've mostly seen the Brood die to the Roar this game. So
yeah, pretty much exclusively to the Roar. Yeah.
Once that's picked up, it's going to be really, really difficult to bring him down. And oh, there you go. Game. Well, Dota Plus still likes OG's chances here, but. And of course, once they have their backs up against the high ground, they get a lot stronger, right? Once the sniper can just sit by his tier 4s and do his thing, that's going to be a very different story. But they got to be careful, because as we've seen, if they lose a fight outside of the base, that's when MGB could just come swinging in and take out multiple lanes of Rax.
Yeah, I mean, they have the lineup to pretty much throne instantly.
True. Especially if they manage to save the Mass Circle Wards, right? That's always the X factor with that hero.
Centaur Retaliate as well. The Chen creeps with the aura, and of course just the sheer right click of the Broodmother and that Slark.
I feel like the Void's game is just getting harder, right? Everyone's getting tankier.
Yeah.
The Centaur is going to pick up this Aghanim Scepter, so he'll be able to save people potentially inside of the Chronosphere with that. Sure, the Sniper's damage is still scaling, but...
He needs more items, though. He needs to really get, he needs to get that Molinear plus one more.
Yeah. Probably need to see maybe even an MKB coming out.
Yeah, I'd say MKB would be a good choice.
Right now, got the line drawn. OG just trying to hold this top side of the map. They're constantly threatening. That's got to be the one thing that's looking good for them this game. Seb constantly applying pressure on the side lanes, stopping MGB from ever really crossing the river. If they ever catch him out, that's when the game is going to get really sketchy for OG. At the moment, it's still just kind of more farming, more posturing, more positioning. We do have Void still not going for the BKB, just kind of all in on this MKB plan.
Yeah, I mean, he's had his quick buy for, 20 minutes now?
Yeah.
He's just teasing us.
He had it when he had the Yasha, then he finished the SNY, now he's got it when the MKB gets picked up. I think they're just hoping that someone else is going to be able to scout the fight, and then he can go in with
someone else can
big game-winning chrono.
The Panda comes in really big here as well.
Yeah.
He needs to really make sure that he controls that Shadow Shaman. They don't want that Shadow Shaman to lock down the Void. So it's really up to the Panda to either get him in the air, him and the Centaur, get them in the air, use those stuns on the ultimate, and give the Ana Void some free reign in his team fights.
The Brew does have his BKB picked up, so he's scaling a little bit. He's gone for the 100 attack speed talent, so Fox Hill is still just kind of farming.
He's edging towards that Curious as well. It's going to be a really big pickup. There's another aura that works so well with the Beastmaster's auras.
This gem has been really good for MGB in terms of the map control. They're going to come in here and get a quick D ward. They've even got a high ground ward, kind of like Tinker ward, looking for the split pushing Beastmaster, because it feels like that's all Seb's been doing for the last 10-15 minutes. He's just constantly shoving the side lanes, controlling the game. And we said earlier that we feel like if this goes ultra late, that's where OG's lineup is looking really, really strong. So it makes sense for them to just kind of keep delaying and stall the game out a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. If this does go for another 15-20 minutes, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing for OG. I think their heroes are really good late. They have heroes that can still get a couple more items and then get even stronger. Beastmaster just picked up his Hex, which is a really good pickup here. So less reliance on that Roar, I guess, adds another disable to their already impressive arsenal.
Yeah, so he's got the Blink Hex.
They want to go.
Yeah, they're looking at something. They see the Broodmother down here. They are going to be able to pop that Linken's, roar him up. Do they have enough damage? That's the question. They need the Void damage, but he hasn't gotten it off just yet. Finally, the Chronosphere comes through. They're only focusing on the Broodmother. His BKB wears off. Can they finish him off? Sniper brought down the Broodmother. Still healing. Broodmother survives. 430 finds a double. They got the Hex onto the Beastmaster. Grimstroke's dead. Beastmaster's dead. Shadow Shaman might finally be brought down, but Fox Hill, the last survivor for OG, he gets the blink away. They couldn't kill the Brood Risk. They just couldn't do it. And now they've even found the Panda, canceling the TP with the Pounce. And Box Hill is going to end up being a few more stacks for Ferrari 430, who is just hitting so fast at this stage.
That Cat U Hex on Ana, that was the
damage that they needed to kill the Brood. But
so look, I don't know. BKB would have done wonders there. That means he can go in, doesn't have to commit the chrono that early if he doesn't want to, but he still has the option of going up the hill and looking to see what's up there, rather than going up and not committing the chrono and getting Hex instantly. And it was that 2 seconds made all the difference.
Yeah, and even, he chronoed a bunch of his teammates as well, right? The primal split was completely locked down. It was only him hitting the Broodmother, and he just didn't have the damage. Okay, Sniper's respawning soon. OG do also have a glyph, so they've got some options here. They should be able to take another fight, but still no Chronosphere for 37 seconds. And this is a double damage Broodmother, bringing down the buildings pretty quickly. Tier 3 getting chunked. Now onto the racks. The Sniper's doing everything that he can, but Brood's just laughing in his face. Working on it, they get the jump in. They do manage to jump the Sniper another 4 staff away, keeping him out of harm's reach. Fox Hill chasing forward. They're looking towards the Centaur. Slark gets the pounce outside of the base. He's going to be okay. And they've got the jump in from Ana, still no Chronosphere for a little bit. Looks like they should be able to keep the Centaur here. He gets the stomp off. Might end up losing the gem. That could be a nice grab for OG, a little bit further off. Chen is going to end up losing his life. But what can OG find on the swing back? They did buy back on the Brewmaster for this and still lost the lane of Rax. It was looking good when they pushed mid, but OG still these last couple of fights, they need this BKB so badly, Risk.
Oh, they do. And I'm hoping that BKB is not a bluff anymore on the quick buy. He's got Chrono here. Does he know?
Bird's invis.
Oh.
There's a sentry ward over here, but they just can't see him in amongst the trees. They should have.
They're going to force some buyouts here.
Yeah, okay. Chen
so
buyback.
Centaur has buyout.
They're just using the Necrobook. Nobody else committing. Sniper also able to siege pretty safely.
You know, all their ultimates are up here. Will they go for the fight?
Okay, buyback on the center. That should prompt the retreat, but the Broodmother is looking for the wraparound. He finds the Sniper. Sniper tries for the TP. Nice Force Staff play, but the Hex is too long range. The Shadow Shaman's found him. They get the lockdown out of the Brewmaster. Chrono finds 3. They're going to focus onto the Shadow Shaman first, but Ana, what can he do after that? The Centaur and the Brood are still doing their job. They bring down the Sniper. They're looking for more. Ana on the run. Slark even trying to TP ahead of him. Oh, what can they actually find?
They're camping the Earth Spirit here.
Yeah, they're camping the Panda. They're waiting for it. Still has a little bit of the duration left, but I think the Bridge should be able to finish him. Can he get the blink away? Box Hill. Oh, doesn't manage to get it.
He's got BKB.
Still going to be brought down. And now dead for 115 seconds.
And the tip.
And the tip. When they drop that Chrono, they finally managed to get the Chrono off, but they're not in a position to really use it. They just focus down the Shaman and
the Sniper inside the Chrono. The Sniper and the Brewmaster, definitely not ideal there.
They were so close to saving the Sniper. The Force Staff plays were fantastic, but that Aether Lens plus the cast range talent, just a little bit too much on the Shadow Shaman. And now we're back to a very close game. Pretty much nothing on the net worth. About 7.5k experience in OG's favor, but win probability dipping down once again. Still it's Seb keeping them in this game with the constant split push. But I don't think that's going to be enough for them to close it out, right? They are going to have to win some team fights. They're going to have to get some pickoffs, secure the Roche.
Oh yeah, MGB definitely right back into this game.
Yeah.
I mean, they've taken the Rax.
Oh, looking towards Grim. Faces Void, thinking about it, but doesn't have the Chrono. What can they actually find? Assassinate comes through. They're looking towards the Broodmother, hoping for some bashes, but the bashes come through the other way. Ana just jumps in and dies. He's dead for 100 seconds now, and MGB sensed their opportunity. They're looking for a little bit more.
Oh,
they do manage to get the lockdown. Can they actually find this kill? The Slark gets into the Shadow Dance. Roar was available, but doesn't end up being used. I think they were a little bit worried about the Broodmother with the Lincoln Sphere. Do they have enough damage? Broodmother up on the high ground.
On the Broodmother.
Got blocked.
Got blocked by the Lincolns.
And now the rest of the team is running over. Gonna try and link up. Roshan has actually respawned. There's an Aegis Cheese and Refresher Shard to be claimed.
Arcane Rune here, maybe for the Shadow Shaman before he drops ulti.
Void doesn't have buyback. OG have to defend this 4v5. Can they do it?
Takes it.
This is going to be extremely difficult. Box Hill kind of looking for an angle, but it's dropping fast. They're going to get some scouting going. They jump in first. That's going to be the Chen. Killed off pretty much immediately. They didn't finish him off just yet. BKB popped by the Bird. He wants the Aegis Ward for Cheese. Can he finish it off in time?
He's going to get it.
Hasn't been picked up yet. Also focusing on the Centaur now. Slark goes down. They finish him off. Shadow Shaman also brought down. OG out doing it. The Broodmother still standing strong. He kills off Box Hill. He gets on top of the Sniper. No BKB being popped. Kilo does have a buyback available. Box Hill getting bashed. Seb still fighting. Buyback from the Sniper. They've sensed their opportunity here. A couple of body blocks coming in. Hex still on cooldown, but they've got the roll. Waiting out the Lotus Orb. Roars the creep, but does get pushed up onto the high ground. Stampeding there. Will be okay on the other side of the fight. The Brimlow's still fighting. He heals up.
Broodmother doesn't go down.
The Arcane Rune way too strong. He's going to kill off Big Daddy as well. They just didn't have the damage. Tries to interrupt the TP, but won't be able to do it. It looked so good for OG.
Wow.
All of those buybacks, but in the end, they just couldn't deal with the Brood.
Broodmother also picking up the cheese and that Refresher Shard. But wow, Box Hill. The Roshan kill and the Aegis.
Nice play.
That was massive.
Okay,
They've
got the Void back now. It's not over yet. Now the Chrono. Do they have the damage? 5 out from the start. Focusing on the Void. They need to try and disengage. There's no shrine to TP2. Centaur's running forward, but he needs to be careful. Slark actually has caught onto the sniper. Looks like QO is going to be brought down, and he's dead for 120 seconds.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Oh, this game is heating up.
We're coming down to what feels like the last couple of team fights potentially here. A couple more bounty runes getting picked up, but looks like they're just going to march down mid on MGB. I mean, that's what OG was planning just before, but the Chrono was not enough damage to kill off. Well, it killed off the Brood once, and then they just bought back immediately.
So Sniper down for another 90 seconds. Void with no ulti for AT.
This is as good of a chance as you're going to get.
This is going to be tough.
MGB.
So OG still have the outer tier 2 tower up at top.
I don't think Seb does he even come back to defend?
Oh,
I
they
think
want to
he's
go
just,
for the throne here.
Oh, they're going in.
Oh, wow, okay, this
Master
is big.
Ball's dropped. They've got the Primal Split, they've got a Glyph, they should be able to delay this at least a little bit.
So is Panda 25?
They're just going for it. Brewmaster does
He's
not have the
almost
25 just yet. They jump in, they're focusing. Can they bring down the Slark? They're looking to bring down the 430, but he gets into the Shadow Dance. They turn it around onto the Faceless Void on his dead for 100 seconds. The tier 4 tower is dropping. They do Cyclone up the Slark, keeping him out of the fight. Box Hill loses the Wind Panda. They're now just focusing on the other tier 4. They need QO, but he's not here. I don't think they have the damage. No Void.
Like
now the Grimstroke in trouble. It looks like they might just be able to finish it right here, right now.
Wow.
Master Rewards are slightly out of range. GG hasn't been called. Beastmaster trying to fight Box Hill, doing everything that he can. But MGB have done it. They're going to take this 2-0. It looked so terrible for them.
Yeah.
The whole early game, the Chen was doing nothing. The Slark didn't have a game at all. But then the Broodmother.
Broodmother came online.
Yeah.
I mean, normally the Broodmother's online during the laning phase.
Yeah.
This is a PA style Broodmother. He came online later on.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
I don't know, it's just a fantastic game. And I don't want to be too harsh, but I feel like we do have to mention the BKB on the Void, right? I feel like that was the missing puzzle piece the entire game. The Shadow Shaman played fantastically.
Yeah.
Some really, really nice play out of him, but with
He just needed so many items though.
Yeah.
I mean, the MKB, absolutely, you need it. They can't kill the Brood without it. Just maybe the SNY. Not sure if he should have finished that Sanj part of it, but wow. Okay. What a win in the end.
All right, so MGB, they're going to be moving forward. They'll be facing up against Mineski.
That's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, that'll be a fantastic series. That'll be happening tomorrow
morning.
We're going to head to a break because when we come back, we've got the lower bracket extravaganza. I think we've got 5 best of ones coming your way, guys.
Including the Oz teams.
Yeah, definitely want to tune in for some Oz Dota. So
yeah.
We'll see you guys in just a little bit.